Hi all, welcome back to Make More Bonsai, John here. We're going to return to a project we worked on here on this channel a few months ago in autumn. We spent some time with this Shimpaku juniper, Juniperus chinensis Kishu. During that session, some significant decisions were made to add balance to the design and to the size of the branches relative to the trunk, all to set this tree on the path of refinement with branches proportional to the size of the tree. We then left it to overwinter and experience spring with uninterrupted growth. We can see when comparing how it looked after that session and how it looks now 7 months later that a lot has happened. Lots of new growth in all the places we hoped it would be. Okay then, mission accomplished. Thanks for watching. Just kidding, a bonsai tree is never finished. In fact, now that this tree is leaning more into refinement, we need to be extra vigilant and shift into a more detail-oriented course of action to ensure all that hard work it took to get here maintains the momentum towards a refined bonsai. It's June here in Austin, Texas, so for 4 months this tree has been actively pushing out new growth. All of the growth has been fortified by the warm spring weather, plenty of sun, and regular fertilization. The result of that is lots of new growth and bright green tips signaling there is more yet to come. Lots of growth, yes. Is all of it going to be productive or useful in our refined design? No. And that's what this session is about. It's a quick one, but a very important step toward refinement. Our goal today is remove growth that is not contributing to the success of the bonsai's design. Yup, that's all. Just that. By doing this, we will ensure only needed growth will advance through summer. We'll improve the airflow and light penetration to areas we want to develop so that when we review this bonsai when autumn arrives, we will see constructive advancement to our design to help guide all of the design decisions we will make then in preparation for the next year. So let's get started. Some plants derive their energy from their roots. Some store energy in the event that they're defoliated so they can produce new leaves. This is not the case with junipers. There is very little stored within the juniper to assist recovery in case all of the leaves are removed or eaten by an animal or whatever. They'll be weakened, and the only way a juniper will regain strength is if the foliage is replaced, which takes a lot of time. Defoliate or remove too much foliage from a juniper, and it will eventually weaken to a point where it will simply fail. Junipers get their strength and energy from their foliage, which is an important thing to be mindful of since pruning is the primary training method when creating bonsai, so we need to be conscious of this information when pruning junipers. That is the reasoning behind encouraging this juniper to be allowed to grow out for almost 5 months before considering any pruning. Right now, there are plenty of new healthy growing leaf clusters on every branch. This is an indication that the tree is healthy. At this point in the growth cycle of the juniper, it's still accumulating energy, but that energy is being directed all over the tree in an attempt to gain as much foliage as possible because foliage equals energy. But as a bonsai, with a design aesthetic in mind, we only want growth where it is useful to the design. So we need to redirect that energy to where it is useful and still maintain the health of the tree. So let's focus on where to remove foliage, as little foliage as possible to maintain health, but also enhance the design. To start with, any foliage that's on the bottom of a branch is a good place to start. This foliage receives the least light, so it produces energy less efficiently than foliage that has more access to light. By removing these, we also enhance the design by creating a clean line on the underside of the branches. Our next choice of foliage to target for removal would be any weak growth. Thin strands that aren't branching and are a bit less rich in color can be removed. These weak branches can actually use more resources to stay alive than contribute to the growth of the tree, so they won't be missed. Okay, now look for growth that's popping up between branches. This crotch growth can actually make the branch swell in that area, which creates a kind of a fattening that can reverse the taper of the branch, interrupting the clean structure of the branch design. So far, these choices have been beneficial to the tree to remove. By removing these, we leave behind the strongest foliage to continue to energize the tree and create new healthy foliage to fill the spaces that have been opened up for it. We've also eliminated weak growth that may be susceptible to disease or inviting for mites or other insects to start their colonies on. Now let's look to enhance the design of the branches. If we examine a branch and we see any growth that is opposite another branch, let's remove one. This will help create an alternating branch pattern that will appear more natural and less symmetrical. This also opens up the area for more airflow, as well as space for new growth to fill in from those remaining alternating branches we created. Next is some energy management. At the tips of each branch is a bud. That bud contains a hormone called auxin. That hormone suppresses the growth of the buds further down the branch, so all of the energy flowing through the branch favors that bud. If you want that branch to extend, leave it alone and it will continue to extend and get longer. If you prefer the branches on the interior to receive more energy, remove that bud on the tip of the branch and energy will be redirected to the branches below. This can be performed across the entire tree by carefully considering which direction the growth will best support the design of the branch. At this point, we have maybe removed 15 to 20% of the foliage. The foliage left behind is a combination of lateral or side growth and upward growing branches, all looking neat and organized to receive more air and light to continue growing and filling areas with strong, healthy growth. And this is where we stop. We are done for the next few months. This juniper will continue to grow throughout the summer and gain strength. It now has an updated structure to its growth, so only beneficial foliage will appear to further refine its appearance. All of its energy is being directed to places that will enhance the design, which was our goal. Remove growth that is not contributing to the success of the bonsai's design. Easy, right? I have to say, this is one of the more accessible and easy to perform tasks when it comes to caring for a juniper bonsai. And it's something you can do at a leisurely pace, kind of a live-in-the-moment relaxing activity you can do alone or with friends, as long as you know what to do and can proceed with confidence. After performing this little task, you can relax for the rest of the summer and just water and fertilize and enjoy that good-looking little tree, and maybe make plans for any styling you may want to proceed with when autumn arrives once again, because in the world of bonsai, there is always another year of development and refinement to look forward to. Thanks for watching. I hope you gained some helpful insights from this little video. Maybe like and subscribe and leave a comment below, and possibly check out the book or the t-shirt and hat links in the Show More section below. Your participation and support really helps energize this little production and helps me dream up new stuff to show you, because bonsai stuff is kinda cool, and so are you for helping support this channel.